Madam President, the United Kingdom has a proud tradition of supporting human rights both at home and abroad, which makes its current policy towards asylum seekers both incomprehensible and of grave concern. In the UK, roughly 75% of asylum seekers' claims are rejected. While awaiting a decision, asylum seekers receive limited support. When their case is rejected, single adults and childless couples are evicted from their accommodation, all benefits are withdrawn and they become street homeless. Section 4 support is in principle available to failed asylum seekers unable to return. In practice, the great majority are unable to meet the criteria and do not have the means to resubmit their case. Typically, asylum seekers have fled from situations of conflict, persecution or widespread human rights abuse. Destitution does not drive them into returning because destitution in the UK has become preferable compared to the situation in their country of origin. Moreover, failed asylum seekers generally do not have the resources or travel documents to return. The reality is that they are unreturnable and remain in the UK in a state of homeless and penniless limbo, with no welfare or employment rights and no means of support. If charitable sources do not provide resources, survival choices appear to reduce to begging, stealing or illegal work. Many suffer from malnourishment, loss of personal dignity and constant anxiety from reporting requirements and the possibility of instant detention. We urge the United Kingdom to implement the recommendations made in this UPR in relation to the human rights of asylum seekers and to grant temporary renewable protection and continuing accommodation and financial support to all asylum seekers whose application has been rejected. And in line with Recommendation 81 of the Special Rapporteur on the Human Rights of Migrants, we urge the UK Government to provide free access to primary and secondary health care to all asylum seekers until removal, voluntary return or the granting of leave to remain. Thank you, Madam President.